Hi, my name is Julie Greene, and I'm lying down because I'm lying down with the laptop in my lap, and a dog behind the laptop, so that's where you're at. You're right in front of my dog, and a little too close for comfort, but I apologize for that. Um, those of you, who see me before, um, on YouTube, may notice a change in my face. I'm sure there is a large change in my face between the last YouTube in which I was, severely starved, and now, the change is not as dramatic as it appears, in this lighting, but that's just how it came out, and um, at this point, I just thought I'd let you know there is a change, but it's not, I look one hell of a lot better, but, you know, it's not, I don't look as good as I appear. That part of it is part lighting, but, I know what I look like. One hell of a lot older than I did a year ago, let's face it. Not that it really matters, because it doesn't. But at any rate, and I want to talk really, I don't even want to talk about that anyway. I want to focus on food because, I want to focus on food because people keeping on asking me, hey Julie, you eating? And I want to talk about food. I want to get in particulars, and, I'm not gonna, can tell you right now, I'm not gonna specify anything, I hope, about, there's nothing in my notes really about, weight or calories or anything like that. But I'm gonna say what I ate, my last meal, which I just ate just now. I just wrote it down what it was, and just to give you an example of where I'm at with food. Okay, first of all, I'm working from notes just so that I'll stay focused. Otherwise, I'm gonna go off topic. Okay, since what happened, my body has been amazing in its uncanny ability to discern by hunger cues alone what it needs. What it needs. It's pretty amazing. Now, it's pretty amazing that I've gone from this, starvation level, severe restriction to, I don't know, is it normal eating? What's normal? There's no normal. There is no normal. There is no perfect. When it comes to eating, the human body isn't perfect. Okay. But I eat well, and I eat what my body needs based on gut instinct. So, now this didn't happen until after I just went through this horrible, extremely low caloric intake for a few months, and it just got worse and worse and worse. What resulted was permanent damage. Okay, I'm well aware of it. Okay, now, I was told, when I was there, now this was after my little incident in the emergency room in which, my heart stopped completely. And I guess I was revived, and I was not told that this had happened, but I kind of knew that something happened. I wasn't sure when it was, a little confused, but I knew. Yeah, I knew. I'd been there. So, but I knew, and it's spelled out now, and I know it's true. Um, I was confused about the reasons I had to eat to save myself. It was made very clear to me. Now, I thought that it had to do with this oncoming refeeding syndrome, which I had to fend off by eating. This was just, I was just misinterpreting what was told me. because I didn't know who was who, and I didn't know what was what, and, the reality was, it was to save my kidneys because I had to do it, because, what I experienced was acute renal failure, but, like I say, acute, it's not, I'm not on dialysis, but, I got damage, okay? Um, either way, either one, it was a serious, it was a death threat to me. It was oncoming death, let's say, if I didn't, like, chow down. And I saw on the slip that came up with my meals what the target number of, let's say, calories per day was, but they said eat whatever you can. So I kind of, something happened, okay. And I'll tell you what changed, was, I think following, the incident that occurred in the emergency room of my heart stopping, something changed in me. I went from, what's typical, maybe of someone with an eating disorder, which was, I kind of don't care if I live or die, to having the uncanny, again, uncanny will to live and to remain alive and to survive. Desperate to survive, in fact, which I've never really felt before, in my total compliance with this eat thing, because I knew I needed that. Okay, otherwise I wouldn't be here today, and Puzzle wouldn't have a mama. So I ate, and I have ever since, and it didn't matter to me in the least if I gained weight. Okay, now I would protest, oh, I won't take this pill because it'll make me gain unnatural weight. I gain weight solely through oral intake, no tube, and now I can say, I can say, I can say, my desire for thinness, it made a switch. And I can tell you when that happened. And it took the back burner, okay, over, took the back burner, you know what I mean? Took the back burner to staying alive. And now staying alive took, was so, was much more important. And it's remained, not only the back burner, but it's kind of faded out of sight, ever since, without regret. Are you kidding? Without regret. Now, I stated, looking at the time here, okay, I stated in the past, my personal definition of anorexia being, a desire or preference or actions that, I use varying terms, but usually the desire for thinness over life itself. And, okay, according to that definition of anorexia, my own personal definition of anorexia, no. According to my definition, I no longer have anorexia. How do you like that? Well, I just realized that I don't. I'm not anorexic, and I don't have anorexia. Either way you want to put it, I don't have it. Okay. Have past history, yeah. Now, it's just not there. Okay. Now, when did this back burner switch occur? I remember very specifically when it occurred. I remember, I'm crying only because I'm very, very happy. Why? This memory is just so, so clear, and everything is, there's a lot of fogginess, but this memory is very clear. The kidney doctor, I didn't know he was a kidney doctor, but he was, he kind of shook his head at me, like he was really scared, truly scared deep in his heart for my life. And he said, you better eat, girl. And he shook his head, and he looked up at the IV pole, and he looked right down at me, and he kind of walked off. And from then on, again, tears of joy, okay, because I'm so moved by what occurred in me. Food became like life preserver, and I held on. And today, my kidneys, these doctors did amazing work. My kidneys are still functioning. They still function. There's, you know, there are what I write? Yeah, they're significantly impaired. They're permanently impaired. Sometimes people kind of shake their heads and assume that I was upset about this. Are you kidding? Life happens, man. It's just one of those things that happens to the body. Would I go back? Say, okay, God, would I bargain with God? And maybe, yeah, I hope I don't ever, but, maybe I will. I'm not saying it won't, but would powers that be, or whatever God you want to believe in, and I don't really care what it is, and say, hey, this is unfair, this is unfair, this is unfair, whatever. It means a lot of blood testing, careful monitoring for the rest of my life. So I broke my leg too in 1999. That's affected me for the rest of my life too. Okay, things happen, and um, since uh, since that time that I started eating again, my body's ability to discern exactly what it needs without thinking, oh, I need this amount of protein, this amount of calories per day, this amount of fat per day. It's amazing. I give myself my body's what it needs based on hunger cues. I'm not having cravings, and I'm not, certainly binge eating. I'm eating one hell of a lot more than I did before. I'm eating a lot, for a small person. I'm eating an amazing amount, and I'm digesting it, and it's just not a problem. It's a non-issue. It's just like, that's the least of my worries. Okay, but I do have to do a few things, which I'm finding out. Okay, one thing, it's ahead in my notes, but I say I have to follow a low-sodium diet, which may be permanent due to the kidney problem, or it may be temporary. We just don't know yet, but it's going to be a few weeks now, and I have to learn how to follow the low-sodium diet. It's not so easy as label reading, as I'm finding out. Okay, I have to stay away from dairy, for now at least, because it's just not working for me, and I don't want to go into reasons. But it's not working for me. I If something has way too many too many ingredients, some mystery sauce, because I don't know what's in it. My body doesn't know. Looking at it, I don't know. I can't taste it. I'm not going to be able to uh, discern at all, and a lot of processing, a lot of flavoring. It's going to fool my body. I don't want to fool my body. I want my body to know what I'm putting in it. And I've made mistakes. Of course, I've made mistakes. My worst mistake was burning something in the microwave. And I do eat fast because I eat fast. It's not a sin. You won't hurt yourself unless you choke. You're not going to hurt yourself by eating fast. No problem with that. I'm just naturally a fast eater. That's the way I am. For just have been. That's my eating style. And I eat better, if I'm not monitored. Just leave me alone. Just let me do my thing, and I'll be fine. I'm not gonna have time to list off what I ate. The benefits of good nutrition are amazing. I'm enjoying life, and for the first time, I'm having fun. I'm sleeping, and I'm thinking straight. Thank you.